you went this route with your shoes. Why not go with Nike or Adidas?
Well, like I said, originally they didn't want to sign me, and then once I kind of was like, you know, forget them then. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna explore this and have some fun with it and see where I can push the limits, especially like philanthropically. Then obviously they wanted to sign me later when you're like a skills challenge champion, all that stuff. But I was like, man,
so they hit you up, like being like, hey, yo, we fucked up. Like,
I get calls from everybody now.
Is that shit worth it? Or is it, from your personal experience now, go your own route? Because obviously the brand you build is the brand that you can blow it up. You can blow it up.
I would say, and you probably know this because in the music industry,
yes, sir.
You did your own thing. You own the rights to, you know,
music and stuff.
Exactly, to your music. So with me, I would say it's a very personal decision based on the athlete. Like if they want to have their own stuff, then do it. But Nike, Adidas, and the big brands, they preach family and like you're a part of this unit and da-da-da. And so if you truly feel tied to like this concept of Nike is your family and that's gonna make you happy, do it. Now in all actuality, is a $1 billion corporation ever really like your family?
But do you think they're like taking advantage of players in this way?
No, I mean, not really. So in a capitalist society, like let's be clear here. If they know you're valued at $1 million, they'll be like, hey, look, I'll pay you $500,000.
Where do you think I'm valued at?
Probably not much. They'll be like, I'll pay you $500,000, and you can have that money, and then we're just gonna make that $1 million. So we clear what we clear, and that's where it is. Now, obviously, if you go a different route, you have greater potential, and that's just kind of usually how it works.
Don't you kind of like in the back of your head kind of like miss out on being like going through the tunnel and having, you know, the off-white and exclusive like Nike shit that like all the players get to flex?
You think I can't have that?
But like it's not like you're LeBron where they're sending or you the shoes early. Like these come out like next month, you know?
One, for me, I usually wear either Vans or my own shoe. That's kind of like my style. As you can see, I came in sweats, hoodie, like this is from another brand I collaborate with. I have some Sandal Boy sandals coming out that collaborate with my brand, and we're doing some cool stuff.
Staying on target.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I really want some off-white stuff, just from an economic perspective, right? Let's say those shoes were $1,000. If Nike offered me $200,000 and
is that what they offered you?
No. See, I don't throw out real numbers.
Ballpark. Can we get a ballpark? When they called you back, what did they?
It definitely was a lot higher than like the base level $25,000 deal that they try to just like throw at people.
So a base level deal per se at Nike or Adidas could be $25,000.
It's like $25,000.
And just all the shoes like out the wazoo, right?
No. If you're just a normal guy, you're not getting the
it's a
special
deal. It's a thought deal.
Exactly. Thank you. You're getting the
25.
Yeah.
Air Force Ones. Boom. So LeBron 16.
There you go.
Suck it.
There you go. A little bit of money in a swoosh account. Maybe 10,000 in a swoosh account, 25,000 in a swoosh account.
Overrated.
Bingo. But let's say I make 6 figures or more, right, doing my own thing. Then I can go buy a $1,000 pair of shoes, and I can have multiples of 25,000 left over still. So
I'm gonna do a shout out at BYL Training. That's BYL Training. BYL Training. He's been building this brand, man. He's reached out to me and sent some DMs. And when you go to his page, it's gonna look familiar. But I told y'all plenty of times, man. Go ahead and take the content and what I'm doing, and take the templates and what I'm doing. If it's working for you and your brand, absolutely doing it. What I like about him is that he's doing it from a basketball perspective. See, a lot of you hoe ass niggas is just straight up just taking my videos, taking my stuff, using my same exact Group 82 branding, and then just cutting me out of it. That's some hoe ass shit. What he's doing is he's seen it and he see it's working, so now he's doing it for himself. So I took this video from his page, so I'm shouting him out at BYL Training. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I like what you're doing right here. Now, we're gonna get into this video with Spencer Dinwiddie, who is a very interesting character. If you're into Bitcoin, if you're into NFTs, you're into any of that stuff, you wanna stay locked into this video, especially if you know some athletes. But before you do that, hit like, hit share, hit comment, and make sure you click the links in the description box. Specifically, TubeBuddy has made me over $42,000 on YouTube. It's free to install. Click that link right now.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82Music.com, and right here we got Spencer Dinwiddie, who's worth $40 million, talking about why he rejected Nike and Adidas. Somebody else I want to shout out, at the Guard Whisper, my homeboy Olin Simplest out in LA. He's a trainer, big trainer out there in Los Angeles, trains WNBA and NBA players. He's Spencer Dinwiddie's trainer. Me and him have had conversations about this. Spencer Dinwiddie is somebody who's forward thinking. He's thinking on the lines of how LeVar Ball thinks. So y'all know how I feel about LeVar Ball, Dorio Ball right here. He wanted to own his own brand. I don't need to work for you, Nike. I don't need to work for you, Adidas, because I can buy that stuff if I want to. I'm not about to sit here and cheapen myself just so I can look cool on League Fits, just so I can look cool in the tunnel. That doesn't make any sense. I'm in the NBA. I'm making $40 million. I'm averaging 20 points per game. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets, who now has Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. They have a very good chance of winning a championship this year. There's going to be more attention on them than ever before, even though Spencer Dinwiddie's currently hurt. You need to use all that attention to monetize and protect your family in perpetuity. I posted something during the NCAA tournament. When Gonzaga beat UCLA on Jalen Suggs' half-court shot, I put on Instagram, Jalen Suggs just made an NFT like a motherfucker. Today is April 19th, and Jalen Suggs announced today that he's entering the NBA draft. You know how he announced he was entering the NBA draft? He made a one-of-one NFT of that shot with his draft announcement, and he's also giving away his shoes from when he hit that shot to whoever buys that NFT. That's how you do it. Jalen Suggs is taking all the attention from the NCAA tournament and from playing on the undefeated team all the way up until the national championship game, number one team in the country the entire year. And before he's even got to the NBA, he's already put himself in a position where he's going to make royalties in perpetuity. Spencer Dinwiddie is thinking the exact same way. Spencer Dinwiddie asked the NBA to pay him his contract in crypto, in Bitcoin. I think it was like 2 years ago he asked for this. They said no, but this is something that's going to happen down the line. Athletes are in a position with leverage like you could never imagine. I know I got a lot of athletes, a lot of coaches, a lot of athletic personnel that follows me, and I want y'all to listen to this. When it comes to an NBA game, we got the coaches, we got the announcers, we got the cheerleaders, we got the mascots, we got the TV crew, we got everybody. But why do we watch the game? For the players. That's it. So the players, you are the artists, the actors, the writers, the producers, the directors of this entire program that is on television, and it gets broadcast on the internet, and it gets clipped up and gets sent to all these accounts that have to pay for the licenses to show that. ESPN has to pay for the NBA license to show highlights. Instagram accounts have to pay for the NBA license to show highlights. It goes to ESPN Classic. Some nights they replay the game on TNT right after Inside the NBA, or they'll play y'all game on ESPN at 1 o'clock in the morning. Why aren't y'all getting royalties from that? If that was music, I wrote it, I performed it, I made the beat, I mixed it, I mastered it, I marketed it, which players, you market it too, because y'all post more than the goddamn NBA does. Why aren't you getting royalties off this production? Y'all got a minimum of 82 productions a year. This year in the NBA, y'all got 72 because of the pandemic. Anytime that gets played going forward, you should get royalties. When a 1988 Chicago Bulls game is on TV, why are we watching that game? I'm not watching that game for Scottie Pippen. I'm not watching that game for John Paxson. I'm not watching that game for Doug Collins and Phil Jackson. I'm watching that game for one name and one name only, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Anytime the Bulls play a game anywhere post-1984, Michael Jordan should get paid off of that. Zach LaVine's the best player on the Bulls right now. He should be paying money to Michael Jordan because that's how much he's elevated their brand. It's the same thing with the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. It's the same thing with the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. Athletes have so much goddamn leverage, and they have the resources, and they have the power, and they have the social influence that they can do whatever they want. All of y'all could be billionaires by the time y'all was 30. If you thought like Spencer Dinwiddie's thinking right here. You don't need fucking Nike. Nike needs you. You don't need Adidas. Adidas needs you. And all these other companies that's coming and piggybacking on y'all, you don't fucking need them. They need you. And as athletes, you only have a finite time. You got about 10 years. And after that, ain't nobody paying attention to your ass no more. So y'all need to maximize your revenue right now. You need to have a sense of urgency like LeVar Ball did when it came to getting his kids to become professional basketball players. It's 2021. How many times have we heard from LeVar Ball this year? You think he stopped talking? You think his personality changed? No, he's just not on camera as much anymore. Why? Because all my boys are taken care of. His son might win Rookie of the Year. Even if he doesn't, LaMelo Ball is going to be a star. LeVar got his boys where they need to be. His family is protected in perpetuity. LeVar Ball understood why Lonzo is a McDonald's All-American. He's the number one point guard in the country. Why Melo is his international star. Why Jello is one of the best shooters in his age group. Let me make sure that I build their brands as high as I possibly can. fan, go look at all their Instagram followers. Lonzo, Jello, and Melo, them niggas can barely talk. And I ain't saying they stupid, but they don't have the most charismatic personalities. Their dad has a charismatic personality. And look at their brands. Look how much money they're making off of that. That Facebook reality show, Ball in the Family, they get royalty checks off of that. All of them are executive producers. If you're an athlete, pay attention to what Spencer Dinwiddie's doing. Pay attention to what LeVar Ball's doing. Somebody else I want y'all to pay attention to who's in high school, about to be a senior, Imani Bates. Pay attention to what his dad's doing. I'm gonna say this. Now, I wasn't going to say it, but I'm gonna say it. If y'all want me to do this, and I'm gonna try to bring my homeboy, the master investor, in on this, shout out to him, Ian Dunlap. I'm thinking about making content where we take an athlete's contract, like Jason Tatum, and then we make a strategic path on how he could be a billionaire by the time his career is done. If y'all want us to do that, me and the master investor, tag Ian at the master investor in this video, and then we'll start making content where we'll take athletes, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Zion Williamson, Patrick Mahomes, whomever it is, and we can show you exactly what they need to do based on where they live, based on their sports, based on their endorsements, or how they can be a billionaire. Let me know. Because I think that'll wake up a lot of athletes. I think it'll wake up a lot of people in our culture. And I think it'll completely change the tide of this disproportionate imbalance of governors, owners, and athletes. Do y'all want that? Write in the comments. If you're on Instagram, click that link up top. If you're on YouTube, click that link in the box. Not the pond. Y'all stay true.
When a coach and his wife flame, players starving in they dorm, fuck the NCAA houseway, taking money from the state, then betting on the kids, y'all's a fucking disgrace. Don't worry about me, I ain't got no horses in this race, but you
Group82music.com.